we need to get them professional mental health support because they're not alarming. So HBOS said to her, we're going to be looking into this.
Oh, really?
You better resign.
Jump Michaela Academy
Yeah.
is like one of the best performing
The best.
in the country.
Yes.
So the new health minister, Ashley Dalton, she wants an end to women's toilets, and she backs people identifying as llamas.
Yep, she's a far left idiot, isn't she? The llama thing was her making a point saying if someone identifies as a llama, then we need to treat them as a llama and respect them. It's like, no, if someone identifies as a llama, we need to get them professional mental health support because they're not a llama. But this is where this craziness goes to.
Yeah.
If men can identify as women, then why can't you identify as a llama? It's the same scale.
But rather than bringing in a decent, proper health minister, they bring in an imbecile to that role.
But to be fair, Keir Starmer hasn't got a wealth of
No,
quality to choose from.
he's like Man United. He's like Amorim. He hasn't got anybody. He's got nobody on the bench, has he?
Exactly, there's no one to choose from. I mean, there's an MP minister today, Labour in the government, who has he's been caught out now lying on his CV.
Yeah. Well, I was going to mention Reeves, because Reeves again.
Caught again, yeah.
Caught again. Apparently, she was involved in an expenses probe at HBOS.
Yeah.
So somebody was fiddling expenses at HBOS. She was involved. I don't know whether she was found guilty at BOS, but she was involved in. So our Chancellor at Exchequer has lied multiple times on her CV.
Yeah.
When I found out she's potentially been involved in some.
Yeah. They told her, jump. That's what I saw. So HBOS said to her, we're going to be looking into this.
Oh, really?
You better resign.
Jump before. Before.
So she resigned and left because she knew what was going on. And it's easy for them to have you resign than go through the disciplinary process.
Yeah, of course.
Well, she left knowing I bought perfume, I bought this, I bought that.
Is that what she did?
These are things I've heard. And then she's also caught lying how long. This isn't like months ago. This is like again recently. The BBC found this out about how long she worked at one of the places on her CV. She put 10 years. It turns out it was 6 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And the whole CV is a lie after lie after lie after lie.
And this is our Chancellor.
Chancellor of the Exchequer.
The Chagos Islands debacle continues. The former Prime Minister, who was the prime mover behind the sailor check, has now been involved in a money laundering scandal.
Yeah. Because most of those people are.
Yeah.
Once you get out of Western Europe, corruption is rife. We think corruption in the West, we look at corruption as something that's wrong and, it shouldn't be done. Once you get out of Western Europe, it's the norm.
Yeah. Bridget Phillipson, who's the Education Secretary.
Another
nutcase. So she quite sensibly invited Catherine Birbalsingh, who I think you know, don't you?
I've been to her school and visited the school. It's amazing.
So Catherine Birbalsingh runs a school. You have to remind me the name of the school.
It's called Michaela.
Michaela Academy.
Yeah.
It's like one of the best performing
The best.
in the country.
Yes.
Better than the private schools, anything like that.
Better than most of the private schools.
Yeah. And it's a state school. So she
State school, non-selective.
Yeah.
The kids who go to her school are sent by the council to her school. It's not like she picks off the cream.
Yeah.
They get sent to her.
Yeah.
She has no choice of who she takes.
So she invited Catherine Birbalsingh, but she didn't like what she was saying to her. And Catherine Birbalsingh said, you appear to have, I've gained the impression of you having an unreasonable and unwanted dislike of academies, blinded by Marxist ideology. Bridget Phillipson, and bear in mind, she's had 13 years to work out what we need to do in education. In opposition, she's had time to study this stuff, hasn't she? But she hasn't. She's got no concrete or strong. Apparently, her policies are just absolutely shocking. Which is why Catherine Birbalsingh is saying, "What the hell are you doing?" Phillipson's met the teaching unions. She's met Birbalsingh probably a couple of times. She's met the teaching unions 33 times in 3 months.
There's only one vote of Catherine Birbalsingh. There's 30, 40, 50, 100,000 votes of teachers. who all belong to the teachers union. So that's why they're looking at that. Let me tell you about Michaela School. It's in Wembley in London. So I got invited by Catherine to go have a look at the school because we follow each other on Twitter. And I turned up at the school, obviously made an appointment. And she gave me two kids, two 13-year-old kids, boy and a girl. And she went, they'll take you round. Go anywhere you want.
Yeah.
Go in any classroom you're going. They're going to take
Nothing's hidden.
Nothing's hidden.
Yeah.
They'll take you. So it took me round and it's really quiet. And I'm thinking, I knew I'm going to be impressed. We're walking out this corridor. I could hear like shouting and screaming. I thought, oh, here we go. It's not as good as I thought it was going to be. And I went into this classroom. I heard a noise. I stood at the back. And not one child turned around to see who walked in the room.
Really?
The teacher just ignored me. And the teacher is shouting questions at the kids. What's this over there? And all the kids are going, Philippines! And what's this? And the kids are going, Jupiter! And I've never been in a class with so much energy where kids are excited to learn and they're all, not one or two shouting the answers.
Yeah.
Everyone's screaming the answers.
Fantastic.
And the energy, and I walked out going, oh, I bet that's a one-off. And the whole school was fantastic. And then I went to, I stayed for lunch. And I got told to sit with these kids' table. So I'm walking into, these two kids are still swimming around, and I'm walking to the lunch hall. As I'm getting there, I can hear shouting again. The guy was going, lunchtime's always crazy in schools. She hasn't got a grip of this school canteen yet. And I walk in, and all the kids are stood up, and they're all shouting a poem about Julius Caesar. So they've all stopped eating, they've all stood up, and they're all going, I can achieve, I can conquer. And I can't remember the exact poem. And it's like, hairs on my head stand up, go, I can't believe this is a school. And all kids sit down and start eating again. And then the table have got discussion points. There's change every day, so we're all eating. And the prefect of the table then goes round as we're all eating. What do you think of this? Say, give me 2 points on this. And they've got to come up with something.
So they have to talk whilst they're eating to have a conversation.
Socialise while you're eating and while you're thinking. Yeah. I came out of that school going, do you know what? If all our schools in the country were like, there's only one Catherine Bird will sing though, but if all our schools in the country were like that, we would be the top dog in the world. Mm. And these are nearly all ethnic minority kids. Poor kids, all been sent there by the council. But she turns average kids into superstars.
Yeah. And Bridget Phillipson is ignoring her and treating it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every morning, the kids all have to say, God save our...
Lord's Prayer?
No, the God save our gracious King. What's that called?
God save that's called the national anthem.
National anthem. All the kids have to say that every morning. Yeah. There's Union Jacks in the school.
Yeah.
She's instilling in them, you live here, you belong here.
Yeah.
You need to achieve here, and we don't want any excuse for you.
And I bet none of them can identify as llamas either.
Or they've had problems. They've had,
what, tranny problems?
Not tranny problems, but one of their students tried to sue him for Islamophobia.
Oh, right.
And he got to court, and obviously it was in their favour. But they've had some problems and parents' problems and stuff. But they just stick to the guns. But if you don't like this school, take your children somewhere else.
Yeah.
Where the kids in this school do amazing. Their results for a school like that are the same as Eton, which is, 30, 40, 50, 100 grand a year.
Yeah.
Their school delivers Eton education for zero for any of those parents. It's amazing.
Fantastic. I know it's possible. From my own kids, I know it's possible. Apparently Wes Streeting's allies have infiltrated number 10.
He's running for Pete.
He's running, so he's kind of seeing Starmer wounded and angling to get in there, basically.